just gonna let it populate again.
Oh, everyone's just joining already?
Oh yeah, dude. Brendan's in the house. We got Asian Beard. We got D-Song 32.
Ashley, not Ashley, is back on. I'm on.
Asher Croy. We got Sullivan.
Brenton, and we're back. Yeah, we are back.
Carly Scott. What's going on?
Wow, that's been awesome.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's quick. All right, we'll give it a minute for it to populate.
You guys got any song requests?
Chainsmokers, man.
You got DJ Tom in the house.
DJ TL.
Were you reintroducing yourself?
Anytime. This is something that like is really dear to us.
Yeah.
Just like graduating from this place, I certainly feel indebted to just like give back just because of how much West Point's given.
I think it's really cool because I mean, if I had this personally before going to West Point, I think that would definitely have prepared me better.
Absolutely. Yeah, just give them the confidence. Rochelle's in the house, and we got Red Bean Ice Cream. Okay. Alright. I think that's about where we were, right? About 16, 17 people.
Yep.
So, you said you wanted to go on Ashley's question?
Ashley's question. So Ashley, not Ashley, that's her name, right? Ashley, not Ashley?
Yeah.
Her question before we took a little break was, what were our personal reasons for going to West Point and why did we choose it over a regular school? So I think to start, my personal reason was definitely because of family and tennis. You know, I played a lot of tennis growing up, and you know, the only thing I knew about West Point was that my brother and sister went there, and I knew it was a military school. But I had like these, as funny as it sounds, like I had these like, you know, I have the typical Asian parents who are like, oh, if you don't go to the school that your brother and sister go to, you're a failure.
Was there a lot of pressure there?
There was so much pressure. So that's why I initially, you know, went because of family. You know, I could have gone and played tennis somewhere else, but I mean, it took a while for me to really get into the mindset of the military, but I don't regret it at all. So like family and tennis were my two biggest reasons.
Do you think even like being exposed to it by just like seeing your siblings there, did you ever like go and visit them?
Oh, I think I'd love to tell you the story. I think the moment I decided I want to go to West Point was the moment it was. So I went in 2012.
Yeah.
My sister graduated from West Point in 2011, I remember this. And we went to her graduation, and as soon as they threw their hats in there, they shouted dismiss and they threw their hats in there, I got, like, that gave me just chills. And I was like, I want to go here. I want to experience, because like you go to other college graduations and I don't know, it's like, that's not cool to me. And that happened at West Point, and I was like, you know what, I think I am making the right decision of going into this school.
That's crazy. That's a surreal experience.
Yeah, it was a surreal. So I think for me, I was lucky enough to experience it from the stands and then experience it in like to ourselves, like being one of the ones graduating. I thought that was like, I started there, over there. I remember looking back, and I was like, I started up there.
Yeah.
Now I'm down here, and it's happening. I was like, I think this is, you know, it comes full circle.
And then meet your expectations?
It definitely met my expectations. I think it surpassed my expectations.
Awesome.
What about you?
So like I said, like a little bit unconventional path. Went to a regular university, and then went to the enlisted route. And so I actually didn't even know about West Point until I was enlisted. So I didn't know about West Point until 2011. And I remember I was going through basic training, and at the time I still wanted to be a doctor. And so one of my biggest things was like, hey, to be a doctor, you gotta be an officer. And so what routes are there to be an officer? There's ROTC, there's OCS, and there's Service Academy. And I think it's when some of the representatives from West Point came to my AIT, and they're like, hey, you should apply to a service academy. You know, like it's a completely different experience where you're completely immersed. It's a military school, and then it's like a well accredited university, military academy, and it offers just this incredible experience. And I think that's what drew me in, was that it offered a really good education. You know, it's free in the sense that you don't pay anything up front, no tuition, but you have a service obligation on the back end. But also it opened up like you to like this great network.
Yeah.
Where there's a lot of like generals, you got a lot of like CEOs, you just got a lot of like professionals that are in that network that really help you grow and develop. So they call it the leadership institution for a reason. And then, yeah, so like want to be a doctor, want to be an officer, I was able to do all of that at West Point. Get an education, become an officer, and then work my way towards medical school.
What did you think about like having no structure in going to a regular college and then having such a structured life going to West Point?
Oh wow, yeah. I mean, that sold it for me. It really helped me focus on like my goals and what I wanted to do, because it was so structured. Like, this is the sequence of classes that you're going to be taking, and I knew exactly all the courses that I need to do. So those who are a little bit scatterbrained or who don't know what they want to do, you have that framework, and that really sets you up.
That's what intrigued me, having that structure, because I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life at that time, and all I knew was I wanted to play tennis. And you know, switching majors and going through all these different experiences. I mean, it finally, like, I know after a year and a half, I finally was like, you know what? I know what I want, and this place is gonna definitely help me prepare for that.
Yeah, and what's kind of cool is like all of your instructors, they all have like a different field, and because you're exposed to so many different like kind of courses. You have a really good grasp, because you can ask them, and you can ask all those departments, and you can ask the upperclassmen. So I feel like I didn't have that when I went to normal civilian university, because you're not as connected to the rest of the student population in a civilian university as you are at West Point, because it's so small. And I think that helps out as well.
Yeah.
So excellent question. Hopefully you guys got something out of that one.
Ooh, I love a bunch of questions.
Wow, awesome. Lots of questions.
Asian beard, can you guys recommend any particular military boots? I still wear the issue ones, so I don't really go shopping for. I don't think I've bought a pair of boots before, except for this one.
Which boots did you?
I got Reebok ones because they're the cheapest.
Oh, yes. Are they like good?
They're good. I would go for Reebok boots.
Are they authorized?
They are authorized.
Okay.
But usually I stuck to the issued boots.
Yeah. No, the issue boots are pretty good. They're pretty comfy. I have a pair of Garmin's.
Garmin, they're good. Garmin, they're really good.
Yeah, I don't know what kind they are, but they're like super lightweight. They're authorized, and
Or the Nike ones authorized? Or
I don't know. It like changes.
Don't get Rockies, those aren't authorized.
They're not? Oh wow, a lot of people have those.
Yeah.
Yeah, highly recommend Garmin's, guys. Check those out. Next question. Sydney?
Yep.
Alright, Sydney asks, was the region where you guys are applying from very competitive? She's from Dallas area, and Rep said theirs was very tough to make it through. Any tips? What region? You were from Texas.
I'm from Texas.
Yeah.
If I should know this. I mean, I was fortunate enough because I have a brother and sister, so we kind of knew the congressman in my area. But I know a lot of people from Dallas that, you know, got a congressional nomination and went from that district. And they just were very proactive about their application and very, you know, writing letters to the congressman and, you know, doing a lot of community service and putting in the hours and working really hard at school. And that's what really, you know, put them above the rest in that area, in a very competitive district like Dallas.
Yeah.
Just be proactive, you know, just if you want something, then put in the time, put in the effort, and the congressman will take notice.
And there's only so much that's in your control, right? So what Ron is talking about is like, you can't change the fact that it's a competitive area, but what you can change is your portfolio and your application, and just showing, like putting those community service hours, like doing any leadership positions, sports, academics, the whole 9 yards. That's why you don't want to focus on just one side of your application. It has to be holistic.
And when you look for when you're looking for the nomination, I mean, you don't just get it right away. He has to go through everyone's application, so that takes time. And in that time, that's where you just keep adding to your application. You don't just sit there and wait.
Yep. Even right now, unless you've been appointed, have an appointment. I would continue working on your application as you're waiting. That way you can continue to better your application process.
Rochelle Kane, I'm worried about not getting a congressional nomination. What can I do? Or is there nothing that I can do about it or not qualify for a service? Oh, we just answer that. I think Rochelle, to answer your question, like we said a few seconds ago to Cindy's question, just be very proactive in your community and in your congressional district.
Yeah.
And just apply.
And continue to, there's nothing wrong with calling them up and asking about like the status of your interview, your application, the progress. That just shows initiative, and maybe they have a different update and they haven't had time to kind of reach back.
There were a few times waiting for my appointment where I went to the congressman's office, even though he was away. I'd ask his, assistant.
Yeah.
That was there at his office, and I would just get to know them, and there's nothing wrong with calling them, emailing them, going there physically. I mean, and they'll take notice. They're like, oh, this person really wants to go there.
Yeah. And when they actually, put like a face to the name, that helps out too. The more they see you. So we believe in you, Rochelle. Keep at it, all right? All right, Carly Scott was just admitted to the class of 2021, and that is awesome. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That's a huge milestone, and I would say work hard, continue working hard up until Beast, and this is just the start of your journey.
Yeah, it's not ended. Just because you got an appointment doesn't mean you can just relax now. It's exciting at the same time nerve-wracking. So just start taking this time to prepare for the first day of Beast.
Yeah, and feel free to keep reaching out to any of us for any questions that you may have up until Beast and even after, because your journey actually begins
in 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months. So it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be pretty fun. All right, we got Jacob Albert in the house, Adam, JX Ballinger, Ben Hoffman. What's going on? Let's see, JSW Davidson. We got Garcon Dan. All right, shout outs, guys. Welcome to the live Q&A part 2. And we're just going to continue with the questions in sequence. So,
Rochelle, right? The next one?
Let's see.
Everyone, right? Congratulations to Carly for getting admitted.
Yeah. Yeah, Rochelle's the next one.
Rochelle K, number 1. This is a 2-part question. Number 1, how do you study after long and physically grueling days? What did you say to that? I think develop your good study habits early on.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Good study habits, time management, and finding a way to de-stress. Whether it be working out as your break. There's a thing called cadet naps that sometimes you just need to power nap.
you'll find a place to snap everywhere.
Yeah.
Especially if you go to the library, go to the auditorium, take a seat.
Yep.
Rub on. Close your eyes for 10 minutes and you'll be good.
Yeah, I think that's what I did a lot. I did a lot of power naps, and then I was just like recharge as soon as I got up, and then I was able to.
And then I think what goes into a big reason why people are so tired after such a long day is because they didn't get enough sleep the night before.
Yeah.
I know people force themselves to stay awake because they got to do all their homework during the night, but I mean, I've met people that have gotten really good grades because they try to go to bed by 10.
Yeah.
And they get enough sleep so the next day they're super energized, they're super refreshed, and they knock out their tasks during the day. They don't stay as late.
Yep. So like I knew people that went to sleep at 10 o'clock every single night that never pulled a single all-nighter. So it's all
they did great.
Yeah, they did great, phenomenal, great GPAs. It's all about time management. Yeah. And then the second part.
How do you know if West Point is for you? I know that joining was a huge commitment. I don't know if West Point was for me going into it. I kind of just went in on a whim, because of the family. But I mean, what's good is, I would say if you're gonna go, if you don't know, go, because they give you 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah,
to
you're right.
really experience it. You're not making the commitment until.
What do you mean by 2 years?
So after 2 years, you sign, right?
Yeah.
You sign and you sign to say that saying that you're committed to serving 5 years after you graduate. So I know a lot of people, like one of my best friends, after 2 years he realized the week of us signing 5 years to the Army, he was like, I don't want to be here. This is not for me. So he left and he made that decision. And so you definitely have 2 years to decide for yourself what you want to do.
Yeah, and some of those people who left went on to do great things too. I knew a guy that went to Georgetown, and another person that went to Harvard afterwards.
Pete's in the UNC Business School.
Yep.
So
it's good to have those first 2 years of experience to really see if that's for you. And if you guys aren't at that point, if you guys already done this, but SLE is another good way to see and be exposed to West Point and see if it's for you. So
that was a good question.
Yeah, keep doing your research. That's the best way to find out if it's for you. All right, so Carly Scott asks the nomination process. Oh, got it.
If you have any more questions about the nomination process, Carly Scott has some really good answers too.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and that's another thing that I encourage guys is with this, we're trying to build up a community here, and I hope that you guys continue to communicate with each other and work with each other. That way you guys can help each other all get in, but also get through West Point together. What do they say? Like cooperate.
Yeah, cooperate to graduate.
So it's a small army. You guys will definitely run into each other again. So make those connections early on. All right, Asher.
Asher asks, what's the experience like at the football games? It's my dream to play football for Army someday, but I've never been able to make a game. Football games.
It just depends what game, right?
It depends what game.
Yeah.
You stand all the time. You're in uniform. But I mean, the backdrop of Monkey Stadium on the river.
Yeah.
Or not even on the river, on the dam.
Reservoir.
It's so nice. I think it's voted one of the most beautiful football stadiums.
It is, yeah. It's in a prime location. There's like upsides and downsides to the games. It's different as a what is it called? A spectator, or a person who is like on the actual field and playing for the Army. And so as a spectator for both of us, you're like in full uniform, you're standing the entire time, and whether it's like really hot, really cold, or it's raining, you're at every single home game. But like something like Army versus Navy, the experience
is insane,
uncomparable.
Yeah,
because it's just this huge rivalry, right?
And I think Army, especially Army football games now, I think they're on a whole another level because we finally beat Navy.
Yeah, exactly. And like everyone's like super pumped. And just like any other universe that you go through, you're all about your team. So you're rocking the colors.
Even after you graduate, you're still all about Army football.
Yeah.
I mean, did you watch the game?
Yeah, this last game was amazing. Just like it was like overtime, right?
Yeah.
Was it?
No, it wasn't.
Or was it just that? No, we just like beat them. It was tied up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were doing really well the first half, and then they kind of caught up, and then guys, like Army football games, they're pretty crazy. Army Navy is
even crazier. I think it's one of the coolest sporting events in the United States.
I agree, and that goes way back. Like it goes way back, and then even you have like presidents, VIPs stop by. So yeah, check it out. YouTube the games. All right.
Adam said, my brother got into West Point, Berkeley, UCLA, and USC. Based off of your opinion, where should he go?
I think that's a personal question.
That is, I mean, obviously we're biased.
Yeah, we're a little biased.
It depends. What does he want to study? I think that's a thing you should ask him.
What kind of experience does he want?
What kind of experience?
Yeah.
Does he, geographic location, where does he want to be?
Yeah. Does he want to be near family and friends? Does he want to be
on the other side of the country?
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's from California.
Does he want to be in the military, or does he want to go have that civilian route? You know, like that's a really personal question, and I don't think we can answer that because we have different motives, different goals, different experiences, different backgrounds. But I would suggest doing your research on both those and just making a map on what you value.
Yeah, I would make a list of what you're looking for in a school, and really prioritize that list. You know, rank them and what's the most important to you, what's the least important to you, and then compare the schools to that list.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like that would be the best thing to do.
I mean, finances are a thing.
Finances are a thing.
Yeah, there's just so many different things that you gotta take into consideration. So.
Here you go, next question.
Alright, so JSW Davidson says,
what are some insider tips? That one.
What are some insider tips you have for Beast? Let's see. I said this earlier. When you're doing the train up, like the physical training, like train in different conditions. Whether it be hot weather, really hot weather. Actually, yeah, train up in really hot weather. It's not gonna be cold, right? It's gonna be really muggy, so be prepared to like run and exercise in those kind of conditions. Train on different terrain, like really hilly terrain, really flat terrain. Just get used to that kind of atmosphere. What you guys can do is you guys can also do the research on military structure, organization, rank.
Oh yes, know your ranks ahead of time.
Yeah, like that.
They expect you to memorize a lot.
Yeah, like the cadet book. That's all online, right?
It should be online.
Yeah.
But if it's not, definitely know your ranks. Know a lot of the Army songs. Army history,
West Point history.
Warrior ethos. And if you memorize, because that's all the stuff you memorize at the beginning. If you memorize all that, they're gonna love you for that.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people say fly under the radar. I totally disagree with that. I wish I was.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't. I wish I wasn't mediocre from the start. You know, because how you start your journey is really determines how the person is going to be.
Yeah, it sets that bar. Like for me being enlisted, I was able to help out a lot of my classmates with like the military stuff. So just being able to, if you can set yourself up early, you can then help others do the same thing. And then
be a team player.
Yeah, team player for sure.
There's gonna be a lot of people that struggle, and sometimes people are gonna want to complain about that. But why would you? They'll rather build someone up than break them down.
That's right.
It's all in there together.
Yeah, it's a team effort, and we're in an organization where, like, our strength is based off of our cooperation and unity as a team. So focus on that, all right?
All right, Sydney. Did either of y'all have mentors before you got to Westbrook, or even after you started? That's a good question.
That is a pretty good one.
I have a couple mentors. I didn't have any mentors going in. I mean, I have my brother and sister. on my side and that knew the experience. But after or even through, I had mentors that were captains, lieutenant colonels, of all levels, lieutenants, And it definitely helps to have someone that you can call now that we're in the operational army to call back and ask for advice because they've done it all. They've been at West Point, they helped you there. They're going to love that. They want to see how you're doing now and they'd love to help you out with your journey now.
I think that's one of the biggest things that you can do that will help you be successful is to seek out a mentor and to build a really strong relationship with one, whether that is going to West Point or going to a civilian school. Like just having a mentor that can give you their experience, their perspective, their trials and their errors, what they did to become successful. That all helps you so that you don't make as many mistakes, and also you have a lot more information going in, and then you can make a fair assessment of what you want.
And there's no limit to how many mentors you can have.
Yeah, exactly.
I had one for academics. I had one for the military side of things. I just had one for life in general.
Yeah.
There's no limit. You can have 1, 3, 5. Doesn't really matter.
And they don't have to be strictly military, or your mentors actually don't even have to be older than you. Like you can just have somebody who's your peer or who's even younger than you, but they just have a different perspective, a different experience, and they can share that with you.
I think we talk a lot and we really share a lot of things with each other. So there really is no number to any type of mentor.
Right. And just speaking of that, don't be afraid to be a mentor yourself. That's also how you learn and how you reflect. And because you're not going to give anybody bad advice unless you truly believe it. So that gives you some time to kind of really think about what's good information and what's not.
That was a really good question, actually.
That was great.
You got Red Bean.
Alright, so Red Bean asks, so she had surgery a while back on her pinky. Would that make her medically unqualified? So it's I don't think so. Just because it's a pinky, right? Is it a pinky? I think like a pinky finger or a...
My shit surgery is recovered now.
Yeah. So it just depends, right?
My buddy is a human robot.
Oh yeah, the guy who was
Blake has had 11 surgeries. I don't know how he has a knee blast.
Yeah.
But he's been through so much surgery and I've been on the table so many times. But he was number 1 physically in their class. Now he's at Ranger School. There's really, I don't think that should disqualify you at all.
No, and if anything, you can get a waiver.
You can get a waiver from your doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll find a way around it. I don't think that'll stop you. Do shout-outs again?
Yeah, more shout-outs. Go to the shout-outs.
Alright, we got Matt Simmons. Is that what we're right?
Yep, Matt Simmons.
Matt Simmons, 27. Eric Parr. Renee's back. A.A. Deshupla. Addy. Aaron Johns, how you doing? Sam Steele. The real Matt Rykins. Okay, I like it. Jonathan Liu. Liam T. Bordeaux. I was gonna say his name.
Yeah.
That's a cool last name. Noah, what's up, man? Martino and Tony. Oh, you got a lot of people.
Yeah, dude, there's a lot.
Anne Marie's back.
Awesome. Welcome to the Q&A video. If you guys are stopping in the middle of it, we've done this for about 2. How hard is this?
It's like an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's about an hour and a half so far of the Q&A session. We'll take a couple more questions, and we will we'll continue on.
All right, what's the next question?
All right.
Now you're up.
Right.
Yeah, that's the next question.
All right. So JX Ballinger asks, do you know, or any of you guys go to West Point Prep School?
No, I didn't go. Did you?
I didn't know.
My brother went. And
What's your experience? What's your thoughts on that or experience?
Well, I wish I went to prep school first. He said, everyone that I've met, that I know that went to prep school,
Yeah.
loved it.
Why is that?
I think it's because, you know, they're going into the actual West Point experience with, you know, somewhat of a background of West Point already.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go to West, you know, prep school, usually that's like the prior listed people, or, you know, or the people who are not the best academics. Like, honestly, I'll speak for my brother, because, you know, this is what he told me. He said he went into the prep school with probably really bad grades and the worst study habits. But going to prep school, you know, it helped him. He developed like probably the greatest study habits. His grades, his GPA improved. Like, he was like the #1 ranked in his major itself.
Yeah.
You know, he got to study abroad. He got to go on a lot of academic trips. He won a lot of academic awards. So prep school definitely like helped him, and he was like really good militarily too, because, you know, he got thrown like.
So it gives you kind of like an edge because you're exposed that 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you get to touch up on those academics.
Mm-hmm.
You're exposed to the military because you're in uniform, right, the entire year.
Yeah.
And then also you just kind of build like that network
Already.
And when you're going in, you at least know like this group of people at prep school.
All that. We had so many prep students in our class.
Yeah.
That were all so close, and you're just like, how did y'all know each other?
Yeah, how do you guys all know everybody?
I need some friends.
So it's an interesting experience, and I think anybody that is going to prep school, like that's just another benefit to you.
Mm-hmm.
Good question.
JSW Davidson asked, was it tough watching your old friends enjoy life at civilian colleges? Were you often too busy to think about it? Whew. Tough question. It was tough.
Please explain why.
Especially because we're living in a world of social media now.
Yeah.
And people can just document everything. I was like, I would always see my friends, you know, taking pictures like, yo, we got to go to a party, or we went to a concert, and you're over in your room just like, oh, I'm studying for this test tomorrow. Like, how do you guys have like a month-long break and we only have like 2 weeks? So it was tough, but I mean, to get me back to, you know, the focused mindset, I was always like, you know, waiting this long, it's gonna be worth it in that.
Yeah, and I can just speak on behalf of the other spectrum of coming from a civilian university and then going to West Point. You know, like, I feel extremely privileged to have gone to West Point, because how many of your civilian counterparts can say that they jump out of a plane?
Yeah.
Like,
They get to shoot a weapon.
Shoot weapons, travel to different countries on the government's dime. You know, like, be able to be exposed to all these like elite like leaders. When you're going to these conferences, you get to meet, like I said, the CEOs. You get to meet all these different like high-ranking officers. I just think the experience, it's different, but it's unmatched. It's more of a professional development setting, and although you're not like going out and partying like the rest of your friends and have as much free time, you know, you also don't have any debt. You're getting paid while you're going to school. You're guaranteed a job after your school. You have a really great like academic curriculum, and so it's just all perspective, right? It's like, what do you want and what do you value? And I think that, to me, having that civilian background really outweighed.
I definitely agree. I think like I also thought about like, oh, they're having fun now, but what are they gonna do after?
Yeah.
Or like me, like I'll have my fun once I graduate, you know.
Right.
So it is tough, but I mean, I think it's worth it.
It's something that you also like. You just gotta come to terms with.
Yeah.
And everyone has their own way of doing it. So.
And at different times, you know.
Different times, exactly. So, JSW Davidson is asking how Pascal is doing. For those, that's crazy. For those who don't know who Pascal is, he was my roommate my first year, for the entire year. Yeah, was it for the entire year? Yeah, it was for the entire year. And he is currently back in Haiti right now. He he's doing some work with the government.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys actually go on YouTube, he has his own YouTube page. Check him out. It's Pascal Brun, Pascalbrun. He's still killing it in the YouTube game. I'm actually gonna have him next weekend. We're gonna do a collaboration video. If you guys have any questions for him, he would love to answer. And he's still going strong. So thanks for asking. Well, Pascal just talked to him yesterday, so that's what a coincidence.
What is fun?
Yeah.
I did. I think. Oh yeah, I heard fun. Asian Beard asked, "What is the sponsor family at West Point?" I think the sponsor family is like the same thing as like if you were studying abroad somewhere, it'd be like a host family. I think there's someone that you can. They're an officer in the military, so I think that goes back to the mentorship thing. It's someone that can take you out of the stressful academic life and physically grueling life and just take you away from them. You'll go to their house, they'll cook you a homemade meal, and they'll just talk to you and just relax. And there's someone that you can just, the officer or their spouse that you can just like look to as like another set of parents. Like another title that, Colonel Phillips and his wife. Like if I ever needed anything, I'd call them. And they have like if you're there on a weekend, and hang out. Yeah.
I mean, this is like especially like true for those who come like from really far away. Like I know some of my best friends are like international students, and sometimes they didn't like have the money or the time to just go home for break, so they just stay at their sponsors' like families' homes, and it's just nice to have like that kind of like community.
Yeah.
That can like just provide a place for you to stay, some food, shower, do your laundry, just take you away from the military life for a little bit. Alright, so Rochelle asks, is it difficult to balance your personal life along with duties now that you guys are in the Army?
What?
And thank you so much for sacrificing your time to answer your questions.
Love to see you guys have the Army.
What are your thoughts on that, Ron?
It's tough.
Yeah.
It is hard.
Yeah.
But eventually you'll find the balance.
Absolutely.
We do work. I don't know. It's hard to gauge it because every unit works different hours.
Yeah.
But now, like, you find a balance and you find a rhythm after a certain amount of time.
And it's kind of like at West Point, like you figure out time management skills, like because you have all these priorities that you have to do, but you also want to have some time to yourself. And I think going through West Point helps out with that, and then going through like your first couple years in the military also helps you figure out how to better manage your time. So right now, like we're both very busy and we're like doing things all the time, but we take the time to prioritize some things that we find important. So like Ron loves working out, so he'll always find time to go like on a run or exercise, whether it be before or after work. Like for me, I love doing YouTube videos and just like really connecting with you guys, because that's my way of just kind of relaxing and just doing things that I enjoy. So that's something that you have to find for yourself and make that time.
And it doesn't just happen overnight. It takes time.
Absolutely.
And especially if every time you move to a new place, you don't lose it all, but it definitely, it's a cycle that starts all over, but you'll find it eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright, we got some newcomers in the house. We have Heather Yoshi, C. McCauley, Mia Patton. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Live Q&A.
We're losing people.
I know, it's getting late.
That time.
Yeah, so we'll take a couple more questions, guys, just because it is getting late, and we're almost touching 2 hours now. So we're gonna finish up these last couple ones, and we'll call it a night. So, Red Bean Ice Cream asks, Are you permitted to leave campus during the holidays? And are there any breaks in general?
Oh yeah, there are definitely no breaks. They make sure you go home. And if not, like the sponsors, like go back to sponsor family, they'll take care of you. But I mean, you do have Christmas, you have Easter, you have spring break.
Summer break.
Yeah, summer break. I mean, they do have
Holidays.
Yeah, all the holidays, and they never want to keep you.
Yeah, I mean, like, and it just depends. Like during the summer, if you want to take all summer, like you could, as long as you did like the summer training.
Yeah.
As long as you did the summer training, you can take as much time as you want, but you can actually stay and do other things too. I know, like, at West Point, I only had 3 weeks that I took off during the summer, and I was always doing things. So I would go like a military. I went to like air assault school. I did an internship at Walter Reed one summer. I went to Haiti one summer to do like a humanitarian mission.
You did that. That's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. It was like 2 weeks.
I think my coolest summer experience. I did an internship in London.
You did?
I interned at the Globe.
Oh no way.
When I was an English major.
See, like.
So like, especially your academic majors, they'll send you on trips all around the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even if there isn't a country on the list
You can
that
make.
you can make that trip. Yeah.
Like I had some friends that were like in an engineering major, and they made an AID to Dubai.
Like that's really cool.
Yeah, I don't even know how they did it. Like.
Oh, one of our buddies.
Yeah.
Tanner.
Yeah.
Went to Antarctica.
Oh, did he? Really?
You don't remember that?
No.
He was. Are you serious?
No, I don't remember this.
They made a big deal out of this. Someone in our major said there was one day they came into our climatology class and they asked, one of y'all can go, if you're a cow, there's like 5 of us in there, one of y'all can go to Antarctica.
That's so crazy.
And I was like, nope, I'm out, I hate the cold.
Yeah.
So, but I totally regret that because the pictures that Tanner had and showed us
That's crazy.
were like probably the coolest things ever.
That's so cool. I didn't even know that he went there.
Yeah, and he went there over Christmas break and into school year a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
T. Bordeaux, how was your experience as a racial minority?
I don't think being a racial minority really affected like the experience at West Point. No.
It's such a diverse background of people in the school.
Yeah.
It really is.
And everyone's treated like the same, like fair, and that goes across for being in the military too. Doesn't matter what your ethnic background is,
or what background you
or whatever background you have. Yeah, it's pretty fair.
And it's cool that like everyone, it's such a small school and you interact. You have to interact with these people because they're going to help you graduate. You make so many bonds and friendships with all kinds of people, and it definitely prepares you when you're in the operational army and you're working. Because you just meet an even more like a bigger amount of people.
Absolutely, you learn to really appreciate like diversity so much just because of the people you interact with.
Yeah.
And then like also like when you become an officer and you have soldiers from different backgrounds, it just helps out with that. And then when you go to a different country and you're interacting with all people from different cultures, that just being exposed early on really helps out. So I would say none of us have ever been like judged or like treated any differently because of our backgrounds. That's a good question.
How was the food, including the corn chowder? Were you ever afraid to gain uneven weight? Food's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. People complain a lot about it.
People complain about food. I mean, everyone's gonna complain about something.
It's free food though.
It's free food.
Yeah.
And it was a full meal.
Yeah. It's full meal.
3 meals a day.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner. You can like take extra food.
Yeah, you take extra food.
I guess we can explain like so there's a couple ways that they serve food. The most what West Point's really well known for is like way of serving 4,000 cadets at the same time, and I think that's pretty incredible. Like
and the pace that they serve it at.
Yeah. Yeah, like within like 10 minutes or less. There's like 4,000 people are served at the same time.
As soon as you sit down,
Yeah.
maybe 2 minutes later, you have food on your table
Yep.
in front of you.
Because you only have so much time to eat before you have to go to the next period.
Yeah.
And so it's family style. So you get like trays of like
Food, and you're sitting at a table with 12 people.
yeah, and you just like pass it back and forth, like what you want on your plate. You eat really quickly, and then you go to.
So that's it. The food's good. The family style is good because you get to interact with people.
Yeah, good community. But there's also like buffet style.
Yeah.
So they have like optional breakfast.
Not for plates.
Well, not for freshmen, but for like upperclassmen, they have like optional breakfast on certain days and optional dinner on certain days as well. So, all right.
And I was never afraid of gaining uneven weight. Actually, I was.
Were you really? Oh,
They have a
okay.
salad bar though. So
Yeah, they have a salad bar, but also like you're also expected to be in really good shape too.
I gained weight.
So I mean, it could be a good way too, right?
I was old. No, I gained weight after graduation. That was the worst.
Oh,
But that was from social experiences.
well, it really helps with like your friends pushing you and then taking all these like fitness courses.
No one asked you. No one could get Janovich. Cool. That's a cool name.
No.
How's the social life? It was a lot of fun. That's how I gained unnecessary weight.
It's so much fun. Social life it's different.
Oh, I think we never touched on the aspect for social life.
Yeah.
We're 45-minute train ride away from New York City.
Yeah.
And I think that was probably one of the coolest things.
You're so close, so you can just on the weekend if you can just take pass, you can just go to New York City, or you can do a day trip.
Yeah, and I come from a small town, so I don't like big cities.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just far enough away, but close
Yeah.
at the same time. You know, if you ever wanted to go into the big city, you could. If you wanted to get away from it, and it was a good thing.
Yeah, I had a lot of nights where I went out to New York City.
Mm-hmm.
I think the social life, even like we have so many like events going on.
Mm-hmm.
Think about all the like military balls that we have.
Yeah.
And you have like your dates flying in from all over, and then you guys just like go out, get a house,
Mhm.
and have fun. Like, there's a lot of events that just go on that you can
Yeah.
can do.
And you find a lot of just random things to do.
Yeah, seriously. So, good question. Good question.
What people are drinking.
All right. JSW Davidson asks, I'm interested in the DSS major. Do you know any cadets who are taking it or have taken it? How have they liked it, and what major specific things do they do? So I got a buddy who is a DSS major. That's currently a first year right now, and
They love it.
they love it. Yeah, most people who do take the major, that's like their focus.
What does DSS stand for?
It's like defense strategic
No,
studies.
what is that? Everyone says DSS stands for don't study, sleep.
Don't say it's a leadership, right? It's leadership.
It's a military.
Military.
It's
Okay.
defense.
Defense strategic studies.
Yeah, defense strategic studies.
Yeah.
I had a buddy that actually majored in DSS and he had a minor in counterterrorism.
Oh wow.
So I think he did a AIAG, like I think at a 3-letter agency.
Oh no, I see.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think he got to experience that. So there are a lot of things you could do in that major.
Yeah, like you just really focus on like what tactical, operational, and strategic levels planning.
And that helps once you get out, once you graduate and you work in the operational army.
Yeah, definitely. Good like planning. Yeah. All right. So, if there are no further questions,
There's a lot of questions.
what?
There's a lot of questions.
Yeah, that was tons of questions tonight, guys, and we appreciate you guys really just stopping in and really connecting with us. We loved doing this, and we would like to do it again in the future when time permits, of course. But hopefully, you guys got something out of this. If you guys have any questions in between now and later, feel free to drop a DM in either of our boxes. You guys have mine. Continue to support the page. The content is still going to be rolling out. Don't forget to subscribe, share any of the videos that you guys found that were helpful.
And ask each other questions too, because you guys all are applying and are interested, but you guys are all at different moments of the application process.
That's right.
So you guys should definitely bounce off knowledge, bounce it off of each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, stay connected. Once you guys get an appointment, get on that class page on Facebook.
And once you guys get in, you guys will probably be in the same class and you'll know someone already.
Yeah, exactly.
So build that network.
Build that network. Stay in contact with us, guys. We love that you guys are so interested and really just want to better your chances of getting into West Point, but also learning more about the military. So, yeah, if you guys like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe because this video will be put onto YouTube. And yeah,
I didn't know. This is my first video. I don't know.
It's gonna be put onto YouTube, and like I said, share the video with your family, friends, and potential cadet candidates, because I'm sure it's gonna be helpful for them. And we'll see you in the next video.
Yeah.
Do you wanna do any shout outs or
It's got a YouTube edit.
Alright.
It threw me off.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I just thought it was a good idea. Alright guys.
Have a good night.
We're gonna call it a night. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Go Army, seek strike, destroy the world.